Today I'm going to be making a coconut chickpea curry. My kids just got out of the pool and they always want something warm. So I'm going to make it with tofu and carrots, onion, coconut milk, maybe a little bit of lemon. This recipe is really, really good. I make it really, really often. Now for this recipe, you want coconut milk, tomato paste, carrots, onions, garlic, chickpeas, tofu, and I always serve this with a side of white rice because it's so, so good. And you can always change up the veggies. So instead of carrots, you can do peas or whatever veggies you have. That's totally fine. If you don't have tofu, you could just do chickpeas. The first thing we're going to do is chop up our veggies, our onions, our carrots. And I already have the garlic cut up. That's how I bought it. So that's what we're going to do first. And then we're going to cook up the tofu. Because we want it not firm, but just a little bit cooked up so it doesn't kind of crush and go everywhere. And then we'll add the chickpeas. After we're done cutting the onions and the garlic, we're gonna put that to cook, and then we're gonna add our spices and seasonings, and that's what's really gonna be like bringing this dish to life. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is cut up our onion, and this one we just want it diced up. I'm gonna use a whole medium-sized onion. You can use more onion if you like. I think the more onion, the better, because we want all that onion, garlic flavor. So once I'm done cutting up my onion, I'm gonna cut up my carrots. And I'm just using 3 huge and then medium-sized carrot. You can put however much carrot you want. I usually put 2 or 3 carrots. And you want it in cubes as well. Of course, you can change it up, but I think it's perfect when it's in cubes. So before I actually start cooking everything, I'm gonna start making my white rice. Just so when the curry's ready, my rice is ready around the same time. When the rice is done, you also have to let it sit for like 10 minutes. So right now I'm gonna start my white rice and then I'm gonna get started on my curry so it's perfectly timed and ready at the same time. So we're gonna let this cook for a little bit before we add our tofu. Make sure your heat is at medium high. We want to cook that tofu quite a bit. So I'm not gonna cook my tofu where it's hard. I still want it pretty soft. So these are the main seasonings I'm gonna be using. It's gonna be cilantro, dried cilantro, turmeric, curry powder. So you can use like a chicken bouillon or a veggie cube bouillon. This next part is completely optional. You don't have to do this, but you can add 1 serrano pepper or jalapeno pepper. Right now that the tofu is cooking, it's up to you. It is going to give it a little bit of spice, but not too much. Obviously, if you don't want too much spice, just use 1 jalapeno instead of serrano pepper. The best way is to dice it up in really, really small cubes, but I leave it in like thin strips because my kids don't like to eat it. They don't mind the taste. So that way I don't give them any in their bowl. So now I'm going to add my turmeric, and you want about a teaspoon of this. For my curry powder, I'm just going to use 1 tablespoon. And I am going to taste it after, so I might add more or less. I'm going to add 2 of the veggie cubes. And if you have the chicken one or the beef one, that'll work fine too. You kind of want to mix it very softly so the tofu doesn't break, of course. So now we're gonna add our cilantro herbs, and you can use coriander as well. It's up to you. If you have coriander, I don't have coriander. I sometimes use fresh cilantro, which is even better. When I mean we want a lot of garlic, I mean we want a lot of garlic. So I'm gonna be doing half a cup of garlic. Yeah, I think half a cup of garlic. We want the garlic, and we want to put garlic in the end because garlic cooks fast and we don't want it to burn. Half a tablespoon of salt. This is Himalayan salt. I'm going to reduce the heat now to a medium heat. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Now we're going to add our chickpeas, our cooked chickpeas. We have to give these a good shake because when I leave them in the fridge, the thick coconut milk is like stuck to the top. So I'm just going to give these a quick shake before I put these in. Oh, it smells so good. And we want to mix this really good. We want everything covered up, all the chickpeas covered. And if you only have 1 coconut canned milk, you could just use the 1 and then the rest use like almond milk, or I would suggest almond milk. My whole family likes their carrots kind of hard. Even in cooking, they're not really into soft carrots. So I put the carrots very last so that way they're barely cooked. Still gonna let it cook for more, but this is where you kind of want to taste test it. So I'm gonna cover this and put it on medium high and let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then after I'm gonna add my carrots and my, you could use lemon or you can use lime. Sometimes I do one or the other or both. So it just depends how you want it to taste. It just balances it out, I guess. So I think today I'm gonna use the lemon, but you can do lemon or you can do lime. So now it has been about 10 minutes. It's simmering and cooking. So now I'm gonna add my carrots. And if you want to do lime instead, you can add 2 limes. And right now I'm just gonna let it simmer on medium for 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna turn it off and serve it. Look how good that looks, so good. Okay, we're gonna do our taste test. And it smells so good. It's really hot. It's like the perfect comfort food with the coconut milk. So I'll put the recipe down in the description below. And let me know what you guys think. Well, that's it for my video. Thanks for watching. Bye.